Yeah, talking points. Yeah, but look at this. That's an auriculata, still out. That should have gone dormant 5 weeks ago. That just shows how weird it is. Anyway, back to general focus, and we've got to find our way through, I suppose. Yes, you do. Anyway, talking point number 4, walk along the ridge tops aficionado of the flat. Yeah, so basically, coming from WA, the sand plains of Perth, well, the whole of WA basically, not only is it a Dalek state, 6 times more likely to, as we learnt from the Royal Commission, 6 times more likely to get bum-buggered in WA. This is a Dalek state, with the Dalek Church, of course. Now, only just come out in the last week or so, there was a priest over there. This is after we've had the Royal Commission. Don't forget, I'll impress upon you, this is after we've had the Royal. News has come out of a priest over there, did hundreds of boys over in WA, and then was moved to Victoria, where he did some more, and then moved to New South Wales, where he did more. So he went through the 70s, the 80s and the 90s before he died in the late 90s. 30 years basically of occult bum-buggery, as you say. Well, there you go, you got some vistas now, but it's all bloody probably buggered up because, I don't know, if it's scrolling through all these settings, it might be actually changing these settings every fraction of a second or something. I don't know. Oh well, time to put my camera in for overhaulage, I suppose, after nearly 8 years in the field, I suppose. So, yeah, as you can see, the moss is semi-dormant, but it normally would be dry now. It would be brown and dry, but it's brown and damp. So if you have any really heavy rain, it will start going green again, I reckon. So we've certainly got the cool, as I say, it feels about 17 degrees here. Anyway, so basically WA is extremely flat. Name me a mountain. And after school in WA, on the sand plain, all your friends will be out there in the distance, 250 metres away, maybe further, and you could hear them clearly. You'd actually had to learn to tune them out. You could hear every single word they said. You could almost hear a pin drop, sort of thing. And then whenever you needed something, someone yelled something, you tuned back in, sort of thing. But mostly you had to learn to tune out. So, yeah, maybe that's where all the attention deficit disorder comes. You've learned it from a sand grabber. They learned to tune out, sort of thing. So, yeah, we'll go down here a bit. But that's strange that the aurics are still up. Wow, you never know what we're going to see down here. Oh yeah, we recognise that tree, don't we, fellas? Anyway, so we know we've got to go through here, sort of thing. Don't worry if they're made to fall down and produce detritus, sort of thing. Oh yeah, look at that one. Still got a bit of greenness on it. And we'll keep going down to our crossover point, which is coming up now, I think. And then we can quickly walk down to our first coal fern swamp. And yeah. Well, I do like that cool wind though. I'm really appreciating that 17-degree cool wind. But back vistas, well, he's had a bit of a clean up in the last 5 years by the looks of it. Oh no. Is it down here we have to walk? Oh, there's been some development, fellas. Some developments. Oh, I hope they haven't had any destroyed swamps or anything. Oh, water on a ridge top. A puddle, I think I'm seeing. Am I seeing? Oh. Can you see what I see? But probably not, because it's probably all buggered now or something. What are the odds, eh? Wow. And there's a development for you fellas. A side road. Wonder why they had to put that in. Couldn't they get off the property the normal way? Or they're trying to put in a fire break, or... Yeah. Oh, got windage. And I left my beanie in, my raincoat back in the car. Bugger. Oh, might have another one. I think I've got another one in the... as long as it doesn't get too high. I think I've got another one in the bag here somewhere. Not the tried and tested ultra dark turquoise or fluorescent blues or anything. So yeah, so we've got this sort of grass going into dormancy. Just to show you, we are actually in the season we call the dry, but it doesn't feel like the dry because it's 17 degrees. I'm just hoping the cameras can maintain the same settings. We've gone back to one of the older ones, which will be the same as what I'm trying to get it to, but I don't know. As I say, it's time for an overhaul. I've had no screen for quite a few years, so, you know, squinting through the viewfinder or thing. Oh yeah, got myself, get my first set of reading glasses now. Well, I mean, haven't been here for 5 years. Last time I was here, I was 53, I think it was. WA was 54, I think. No, 53. No, I was 52 when I last came here, I think. 2017. 2018 when I went to WA, I was 53. It's 2022, I'm 57, and I'm heading towards my George Washington's birthday, which is next February, of course. As all you Americans ought to know. Oh, this one's in dormant. This one's dormant, see? That one's dormant and set seed. So that's very unusual back there. Maybe there's a... Yeah, that one's dormant as well. So maybe not. Maybe that was a special case up there. Maybe there's a little bit of a soak or a spring or something. Yeah, back vistas. Oh, you can pause your screen or something. If you've got a large extended screen and just chill out sort of thing. I mean, what are we going to say? Oh yeah, so Kangaroo Flat, there's a place here in Southern Abbott Land, as we call Southern Abbott Land, you know. Tony Abbott, former Prime Minister, failed priest, failed Dalek church priest, aka Dr. No, post the King John Howard years, when he decided to do water first, broadband second. And now we've got this sort of mini pumped hydro they're talking about now. Oh yeah, believe it when I see it. And guess what? We had a recent Victorian election. Yeah, the state of Victoria, not the time period. And Danger Dan, or Dictator Dan, got in for a third term. They said they were going to build a bronze statue. I think they're going to make it gold. They're going to make it out of gold, actually, I think. I just can't believe it. But then again, on Thursday, I watched this clip. Oh, this one's in semi-dormant. There you go, semi-dormant. Yeah. And I took one look at the opposition chap, and he was like, had blushing cheeks, looks like he's still wet behind the ears sort of thing. I thought, nah, they're going to go for spank me harder, father. At least they know what they've got with Danger Dan, you know, Dictator Dan as they call him. And and there was no real teals in that section. But then again, they did curb the financial abilities of the people to actually Have I already gone past? Have I already done this again? Have I already gone past the first coral swamp? Am I don't know. We're going to end up at the gate already, and I'm going to walk my way back. As I said, it's so weird this year, coming out of the 22-year new millennium drought sort of thing. Yep, another one in semi-dormancy, another one down there. Yeah. See, I don't want to start going down there unless I've got certainty sort of thing, because as we learn, it's very steep. It's go back to the old, more than 45 degrees, I think. So, yeah. I think this is a 19-minute video, so you should have it as a full 19 minutes. So, you know. I think we're getting to this cluster of trees, so I think we have actually buggered it. Anyway, maybe we'll start in the opposite way we thought. We'll start at the new one that we've never really explored properly and come back to the one. Because our old theory of, the Bernardo ought to be around the spring head may not be true now from all my experimentation. It may actually be further down the slope at the end of where the coral fern is, so in a nice sunny spot down there. So yeah, just as I thought. There's the gate. So yeah, we've come too far, but then again we may have missed it because they put in that road or something and moved some of the rocks around. I don't know. I'll grant you that. So oh, there goes the kangi. There you go. He's probably got a shock. He's probably up. Yeah. Anyway, so as I said, I'm an aficionado of the flat. So to come up here on a ridge top, with a creek down there, and a number of coral fern swamps coming off seemingly soaks or seeps right off the ridgeway here, or the ridge top. So are they springs? And if they're springs, where are they coming from? Where does the pressure come from to push the water out? On the top of a ridge top. Down, say if you had a spring down at the base down there, you say, oh, it's come down through here, but to actually have as we've explored, the actual seepage zone is very high up, right near the ridge cap here, opposite where all the rocks are. So are those rock zones man-made or what? I don't know. And wow, we got the gates finally open. Oh, thank you. We will shut it as best we can. I'll leave it unlocked because that's the way I found it. And wow, this has been cleared, hasn't it? Wow, this has all been cleared. Well, that's different. Much easier. I'll be able to get down there in a couple of minutes. By the end of this clip, I'll be back at the final ridgetop swamp, the biggest one, the massive one, massive coral fern swamp. And so I think we want to explore the intermediate one first, if we can get to it. So another termite mound there for you. Oh yeah, back vistas. There's the gate. You've never seen that before, have you? So yeah. Anyway, what else have we got to talk about? We're going to talk about the FTX scandal, which I think stands for fuck Trump unknowingly. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, it seems like that's what the money was being sent to Ukraine and then back pedalled to politicians. Well, that's quite a sturdy one. And it's got some seeds, so it haven't been dropped by the looks of it, so that'd be good. Might collect some seed on the way back if it doesn't get too windy. So, yeah. try them out. See if they turn out to be Black-Stemmed-AURICs or something. You know, just on the ridge tops or something. But yeah, you know, with stems so dark red they're almost black. You know, I still think that's a developing story. As I said, we found some really chunky aurics out at back at Kaipo way, sort of thing. It's supposed to be Bonata out there as well, somewhere nearby, so we might be checking that out as well. So this might not be the last. Depends on what we learn from this trip down here, sort of thing. Yeah, more back to this. As I said, we're making rapid progress now. It's so much easier to get down the ridge top now. So if there's a fire down in the coral firm swamp at the end there, they can get a car down here in probably a minute. The way they'll be driving like the clappers, as we say. You know, the Chinese are going bunter, but you be driving like the clappers. Australian colloquial words and isms, I suppose. Keep the old Noyen, the old John Noyen over there in freezing Michigan. God, what's it going to be like over there? Prices of fuel and everything. Can you get lumber? Can you get the petrol to get your lumber splitter to split the lumber? I mean, all these considerations, you know. Well, people are going to be out there with an axe. You know how long it takes with an axe. You know. As I said, it's probably going to be a case of it gets to such a point that they'll just pick Joe Biden up by both arms and just, you know, with his little feet whizzing on the ground as they take him outside, out to a public space. Yeah. Well, you know, after they start seeing what's coming out of China, and then what happens after China, when the actual populace of China finds out what the CCP have really been doing, do you think the people are going to say, well, please don't nuke us, here we got all this information about what our CCP we got rid of was doing to your country and all these backhanded deals, we'll agree to handle all this information. We want to see you publicly execute all these people in America which are associated with what's gone on in our country, and in return for that, don't nuke us, sort of thing. I don't know. You know, there's all sorts of ways, historical ways of smoothing these things over, but a good public execution really goes a long way. You know, forget the bread and circuses. A good old-fashioned, let's make the gallows great again, goes a long way to calming people's fears and nerves, sort of thing, and maintaining